Hi, welcome. Okay, let's do this. So, welcome to the Healthier Option webinar. This is about making the switch to the healthier option. We're going to be talking all about healthy swaps, but this isn't just about that. It's much deeper than just what you're swapping out. Health goes way deeper, way deeper. So first, I want to start with a deep breath, just so we can all come together, center ourselves, and be present for this presentation. So just close your eyes. I invite you to go within. Try to go into your heart space and just take a couple of deep breaths, inhaling through the nose, filling up your chest, filling up your belly. Allow it to expand. And gently allow the air to come out through the nose again. Feeling that heart space open. Inhaling again through the nose. And exhaling through the nose. All right, now that we've taken a few deep breaths, let's get into it. So, let's talk about me a little bit. If you don't know me, I want to introduce myself. I'm Tatiana, and I'm a holistic health coach. I'm a certified nutritional health coach, but I prefer holistic health coach because I do encompass mind, body, soul in my practice. So I don't just do nutrition. I was certified by the Institute of Integrative Nutrition, and I think it's one of probably the best school for coaching, and the course is truly incredible. And basically what I do in my practice is I help women to reconnect, feel that connection to their bodies through holistic healing. Again, that mind, body, soul aspect. Before I got into this, I was personally very passionate about healing and health and everything around the wellness industry. My background, I studied psychology in college, but it just didn't fit with me. I knew I wanted to do more. I didn't want to focus on just one aspect of the person. I wanted to focus on the person as a whole. So I was always obsessed with learning, understanding, trying to figure out an answer, and very, analytical type of mind where I want to find the answer to things. I want to know more. But along the way, when my own healing journey started, I started to get so frustrated with all the contradicting information out there. One person would say one thing, another would say another thing. I was lost. I was confused. I was so frustrated. And the scariest part was I was trying to heal, I didn't have a terrible disease that I went through. I didn't have, something like a dark night of the soul, but I did have a frustration because I wasn't feeling really good, but I also wasn't sick. So I didn't know what was going on with me. And I just wanted to feel good. I just wanted to feel better. I just wanted to get out of the funk I was in. I was feeling fatigued and tired and restless and all these little symptoms that didn't affect my entire life, but they affect me here and there during my days. And I just wasn't at my optimal health. And basically the search, because I always looked for the answers. I didn't just go to somebody and trust them and be like, oh, okay, I'm just going to take this pill. I was always somebody who understood that that's not healing. So for me, when I was facing that and trying to find the answer for myself, I was so frustrated. That was my dark night of the soul, feeling like, okay, there's nothing, every time I find something new out, I go and look and there's contradictions. There's people saying the opposite. Like one person will be like, eat this banana. It's so healthy. It's gonna, it gives you all these nutrients. And then somebody else goes and tells you, don't eat that banana. It's terrible for you. It's fake. It's not real banana. And it's like, I don't know what to think anymore. What am I supposed to eat? What am I not supposed to eat? So it was very frustrating. And the deeper I got into it, the more frustrated I became. But then one day I came across intuitive eating and I was blown away. I was like, wait a minute, this whole time, it was just about my intuition. It was just about, finding what's right for me. And so that was a turning point for me. That was when I completely shifted my perspective of what healing meant. And that's what I want to teach here and show you guys so that you can feel empowered and you can take your healing to the next level. So enough about me. So why is it so confusing and contradicting? Well, there are two answers. One is your bio-individuality, which we'll talk about. But first, it's also confusing and contradicting for a reason. If you're like me, you know that the health industry and even like the holistic side of things is really all about profit. It's really all about taking the next pill, taking the next supplement, trying the next fad. It sucks. So unfortunately, there's confusing evidence because, they really just want to keep you in that cycle of money, basically. So with that being said, I completely do not shut all of that stuff down. I think they're all tools in their own time. But for our purposes here, let's focus on bio-individuality. So what is bio-individuality? It is basically meaning that one person's cure, so whatever works for one person is another person's poison. It's not going to work for the next person. So if you've ever had that situation where a friend comes to you and they're like, oh my God, I tried this intermittent fasting thing. It was amazing. I lost X amount of pounds and I feel so energized and blah, 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 blah. And you're just like, okay, cool. I'm going to try it. Awesome. And then you try it and you're like, this is not working. What am I doing wrong? And then the cycle continues, all that negative self-talk. But it's not you. I mean, it is you, but it's not that you're doing something wrong. It's that did not work for your body, your specific composition. Every body is different. Every body composition is different. There are various aspects to this. And if you focus on just one thing for all, one size fits all, this is what we're dealing with right now in the health industry, right? In wellness and healthcare. It's really sick care. That's what we're doing right now. We're providing one solution for everybody, not taking into consideration bio-individuality. That is so important. So healing is holistic. All healing is holistic, no matter how you look at it. This is why I never agreed with allopathic medicine, because they do not look at the person as a whole. They look at you as separate parts. And even when it comes to like an accident, obviously I agree with allopathic medicine when there is an accident and then you need surgery or, you need a broken bone repaired. However, that is a treatment. But the actual healing process, right? That is taking care of the symptom, which is the broken bone or whatever surgery you need. That's the symptom, right? At the moment, like say you've gotten an accident. But the actual healing part is holistic. If you've heard of the work of Joe Dispenza, you know that he was in an accident where he had a spinal injury and he healed himself, which if you don't know by now, you are perfectly capable of healing yourself. He healed himself, not just through through therapy, not just through a surgery, but through mind-body work involving soul work, trauma work, all of it encompassed in one thing where, he worked on that healing. So bringing it together to work on that healing, that is healing holistically. And it's definitely not just nutrition. So all illness is either a deficiency or a toxicity. So now we know what healing is, but what is illness? Illness is either deficiency or toxicity. You can actually go as far to say that all illness is a toxicity, because when we are deficient in something, when the body is not absorbing something, that's what deficiency is. Like say you're deficient in magnesium because your body is just not absorbing the magnesium in the food, or you're not getting it from the food you're eating. So that can be because you have toxins blocking that chemical reaction that would allow the magnesium to be absorbed. So you can say that every illness is just toxicity. And your body knows how to heal. Your body is always detoxing you. Your body is a system of detoxification. It is always healing you. So if it's always working to get you at optimal health, then why aren't we healthy, right? And that's because we live in the age of toxicity. We are in the age of, everywhere you go, you're toxic. There are toxins in our food, in the glyphosate, in the pesticides. There's toxins in the fake food. There's a lot of fake food out there that's not even real food that your body won't recognize. There's toxins in our water. There's toxins in the air with the chemtrails. There's toxins in our products. There's toxins through the EMF. There's toxins in our clothes, in our furniture. There are toxins everywhere, and we are constantly bombarded with them. So therefore, our body cannot keep up with that toxic load. And when it accumulates over time, that is how illness is started. That is how your body tries to communicate with you through all these symptoms. So now health is a lifestyle. Healing is a lifestyle, right? So it's going to take you a lot of time to heal. Healing is not going to be like, oh, I started this journey and boom, I'm done. I'm in optimal, thriving health. It's going to be in cycles because everything in life is a cycle, right? Everything has a rhythm. There's a circadian rhythm. There's your menstrual cycle. There's the seasons. That's a cycle. The moon cycle. There are various cycles. The age cycle. You go through cycles in your life. And if you focus on those cycles too, it will help you in your healing. That's just another tool as well. But so healing is going to be in cycles. It's not going to be linear, but it is a lifestyle. It is about making that better choice, about choosing better for yourself, for your bio-individual self. So it takes work to get there. And you have to think of it almost like a pregnancy, right? Like it took you how long to get to this toxic state? It took you how long to get to feeling these symptoms you're feeling because of that toxic buildup? So pregnancy, right? You create this beautiful little being inside you. Your body prepares itself to create this being. It takes a whole 10 months, 40 weeks, and then it only takes 40 days to heal. Your body is incredible. So the same applies to this toxic load. Yeah, maybe it's going to take you a year to 5 years maybe, but it took you like maybe 15 plus years to build up this toxic load. So it's going to take time to heal. It's going to take time to release that out of you completely. And like I said, it's holistic. So it's like an onion. You got to peel away the layers. So you can start with nutrition. You can start with more movement, but then you have to add in detoxes to remove the toxins that have built up. You have to add in trauma work to remove the mental toxins that you're always telling yourself. There's so many layers to this. So it's a lifestyle. You can't just say like, oh, I'm going to go on a diet. Like forget diets. Forget they even exist. Forget them. They don't work and they're not going to heal you. Diets, people go on diets because they want to lose weight. That is not the goal here. Maybe that is for you, but go deeper. We're going to get into that right now. So what is your why? What's your why? Like, why did you jump on this webinar? Or why are you watching this replay? What did you want to get out of this? What is the end goal? Like, where are you trying to get to in your healing journey, in your health journey? Are you trying to lose weight? Is that why? Go a little bit deeper. So what do you want to feel when you get there? What do you want to feel when the symptoms are gone? What do you want to feel when you lose the pounds? What do you want to feel? Do you want to feel lighter? Do you want to feel more energized? Do you want to feel motivated? Do you want to feel able, ready to take on whatever life throws at you? Like, what do you want to feel? Take a moment and write this down. I'm serious. Write this down because you're going to want to look back at this. Give me a minute. So what do you want to feel? And if you want to go a little bit deeper, let's go a little bit deeper. Come into your heart space again, like we did at the start. Close your eyes, just feel into that heart space. And just ask yourself, why? Why do I want to feel this way? Right? How do I want to feel? How do I want to feel after all is said and done? Why? Go a little bit deeper. Ask the question why until you get to the core answer, the very core of the answer. And funny enough, 95% of the people who I ask say it's to feel good again. And if you fall under that, I'm with you. I too want to just feel good again. I feel like all of us just want to either feel good again or feel loved. And that's basically it, right? We just want to feel loved, and we just want to be enough and feel good in our bodies, right? We just want to always feel good in our bodies. So my question now is, why not feel good while you're healing? Why not just feel good while you're doing the healing? Why not? Why do we have to wait to get to that healing? Like, to get to that point? Why not just do it through the process, through the journey? So how do we do that, right? Like, how do we feel good if we're not feeling good? By choosing a better option for you, not the better option for your friend or the better option for that guy you saw in that video, that better option for, that supplement that somebody recommended for you. No, the better option for you, targeted specifically to your composition, your needs. How do you do that? Simple. It's just listen to your body. Listen. We have become so disconnected from that intuition, from our body's way of speaking to us. Every symptom you have right now is your body's way of communicating with you, telling you, hey, something isn't right. Can you fix that so we can be good again? So it's just telling you, like, I need to feel better. You need to feel better. And so here's the problem. We're going to manifest whatever you're feeling here in this area or in this area, so that you can pay attention and realize that there is a deficiency or a toxicity happening and you need to heal it. So listen to your body after you do something, anything, whether it is eating, exercising, sex, conversation, work, etc. Listen to your body before you eat. Listen to your body right before you want to eat. Ask your body, what do you need? What kind of nourishment do you need right now? Right? And if a craving comes up, that is also a symptom. So really check in with your body and ask what you need to nourish you right now, and not just fill an empty void. And then ask yourself again, when you're done eating, how do I feel, right? How does this feel? Does this feel good? Do I feel bloated? Do I feel gassy? Am I still hungry? Am I full? How do I feel? Do the same with exercise, with sex, with conversations you have, with the work that you do, the dedication you want to put in or don't want to put in. So ask yourself these questions. It's going to be trial and error. It's definitely going to be trial and error. That's the part nobody tells you, right? That's the part that we kind of just like, phew. But it's definitely trial and error. Unfortunately, we have to work at this. We have to fine tune this. This is what I do in my practice. This is what I teach my clients, is how to become more intuitive with their habits, how to become more intuitive with their lifestyle, how to fine tune that little voice in your heart, in your head, telling you what you need to nourish you in all aspects of life, not just on your plate. So you have to get rid of that thinking mind, that information overload, which is what frustrated me so much in my life, in my health journey, that, contradicting information. Just remove that scatter and just focus on how you are feeling at that moment. It's also like from moment to moment. You'll realize that, maybe if you're a woman and one time, in your cycle, you ate something and it felt amazing. And then you made it again 2 weeks later at another point in your cycle, and it just didn't sit well with you. And it has everything to do with what works and what doesn't. And it's all trial and error. Again, focusing on that cycle. That's a tool that I use in my coaching as well. So basically, just do more of what makes you feel good. Just do more of what makes you feel good. That's it. That's it. That brings me to this. We're just going to simplify things, okay? We're just going to, less is more, quality over quantity. That's how this works, right? We are confused, frustrated, overwhelmed, because we keep complicating things. We keep complicating our meals or how we're supposed to eat. We keep complicating our nutritional path, all the supplements we have to take. We keep complicating our lifestyles. We keep complicating our work, adding more to-dos, adding more tasks, complicating our relationships, making it, all about your self-worth when it has nothing to do with that. So let's stop complicating it. Let's simplify. But how do we simplify? Again, it's always the house. Certain foods are bad combinations. So you have to kind of simplify what you're eating when it comes to nutrition. So this is a scenario that happens so often. I hear it with friends, with clients. Here's the example. Let's use a smoothie. Clients making a smoothie. They throw in their berries, their bananas, their milk, and then they throw in this powder and that powder and a protein powder and adaptogen and a binder, a superfood, like all these powders. Mix it all up. Okay. Pour it into a bowl. Top it off with more fruit, nuts, seeds, nut butters, and dried fruit. And I'm just like, you really think your stomach is gonna enjoy all of that? And this is like the adult version of like when kids see all that candy and like popcorn and and they just want ice cream and just like throw it all together and just want to eat it into a giant bowl. That's not gonna sit well. You're not gonna feel good. That is way too much of a food combination. And you have to keep it simple. Smoothies should be no more than about 3 to 4 fruits. That includes the topping fruits. And you probably should not be mixing your nuts with your fruits. That's probably not going to sit well with you. Again, it's all about bio-individuality. Every person is different. If it sits well with you, amazing. If it doesn't, cut it out, girlfriend. Don't do it. So certain foods are just a bad combination. Next slide, I'll show you an example. Now, spend more time being and less time doing. This is simple, right? Just being, relax, allow things to be. Spend more time being. Stop overthinking. Stop doing. Stop filling in the awkward silences. People just want to be with you. People just want to be with you. They just want to be while you're being, right? We just want to be with each other. We just want to experience each other deeply. That's what a real connection is. And that's what we're all craving. We think we're craving food, but we're really just craving a better connection with the humans around us. Simplify your work. Again, simplify exercises. There's this actual study that shows that less time in an exercise as well as less forms of exercise. So like if you take 4 exercises and you do it within less time, so let's say 15 to 30 minutes, I believe was the study. And then they did about 4 exercises. The only thing they added was resistance. So you add more weight or you add more resistance, but you remove the time and the types of exercises you're doing and the reps. And so do more with less. So basically you're adding in more weights, but you're doing a lot less work. And the benefits were amazing. They lost more weight than the control. They gained more muscle, and they gained more what they would call energy or vitality. So it was pretty amazing. I forgot who did this study, and I can research it again if anybody wants to see it. It's pretty cool. So simplify your exercises, okay? And rest. Always rest. Rest is so important. Get out of your mind and into your heart. I'm going to say that a few times in this whole entire webinar. But go back to nature. Go back to nature. That is my, what is that called? Like, that's my, what's that called? The slogan. That's my slogan. Go back to nature. Basically, nature gives you everything. It gives you light, warmth. It gives you water. It gives you energy through the ground. It gives you antioxidants. It gives you all the nurturing you need. It gives you all the nutrition you need. Nature just gives you everything. It gives you the oxygen you breathe. Or don't breathe if you wear a mask. But go back to it. Go back to nature. Be more in nature. That's how you simplify, you know? Go back to the old way of doing things. Just being in nature, enjoying, re-energizing yourself through the ground or through the waters. Be more in nature. So here's an example of what I was just talking about with the fruits. So if you want to take a screenshot of this, please do. I don't know if you'll be able to zoom in. It's really small. But basically, you want to avoid these fruit combinations because they will ferment in your intestines, and that will cause bloating, gassiness, indigestion, all those things that we feel because we are mixing poor foods together. Like the combination is poor. It's not going to give you the nutritional value that you need because it's fermented and it's not going to feel good. So basically, simplify your smoothies, your salads, your breakfast bowls, etc. You know, we live in a time where we have all of the seasons food. We have summer, spring, winter, fall, all together in one aisle throughout the whole year, right? It's insane. So you have all these seasonal fruits throughout all the seasons. So our body's not, like I said, it's all in cycles. Our body is not made to experience that. And then on top of that, we have produce from all over the world. I can get something that grows only on the other side of the world. I can get it and I can eat it. And my body's not going to adjust very well to that because that is not what I am used to. That's not what my ancestors are used to. It's not what my body composition is used to. So it doesn't mean that you can't have it. It just means that you need to limit that intake, right? And in the end, it's like I said, bio-individuality. It's all about how it feels for you. So if you eat that and you don't feel good, but you're like, oh my God, it tastes so good, just limit it. Just do it on days where you know you're gonna, take some bitters to help your digestion. Just limit it. Don't hurt yourself. So when it comes to, now we're finally getting into the swaps. Like, damn, Tati, when were we going to talk about swapping, switching, better options? Thought this is what that was about. We're finally there. So small swaps do make a huge difference, especially when it comes to toxicity, right? Like I said, we're in a very toxic society, very toxic time period, the most toxic time era ever. And so we need to make the switch to non-toxic. This is urgent. You need to make that switch. If you want to heal, if you want to feel good, you need to make that switch. That is priority. So here is the EWG 30 dozen list. I highly recommend you buy at least, if you cannot afford to get every single product organic, at least these 12 13 products, produce, organic. This is not a time to joke about this because glyphosate a real thing. GMO crops are harming our intestines. I have a whole spiel on that on my Facebook, and you can listen to it, loaded with facts, explaining how it happens. But honestly, if you're going to switch out anything, if you take anything from this webinar, switch out your produce for organic. Okay. So, switching out, the little things too. So you can switch out, your deodorant for a non-toxic one week, and then the next week you switch out your toothpaste. It doesn't have to be expensive. It just has to be practical for you, and you have to eliminate the toxins. So we take, an inventory of all the products you own and make sure you do the research to find non-toxic products. I also have a load of information on my Instagram about switching out to non-toxic products. So one thing I use with clients, though, to help them make that switch, because I know it's not easy. We're used to our patterns. We're used to our habits, right? We have these habits that we built through time. And, they worked for us at a time, but now it's not working so much. Now we want to heal. Now we want to detoxify and remove this from our lives. So something I use with clients is called the crowding out method. And basically you're just adding more of the good stuff and crowding out the bad stuff. Now, this is not to complicate things. Again, we're simplifying, but we're just adding in more of the good. So like I said, add in more organic. So if this week you buy organic strawberries, next week you crowd out your cart with organic strawberries and organic bell peppers. And then next week, crowd out your cart again with organic something else. So you crowd it out little by little to the point where eventually this is your lifestyle. This is just how you do things. This is just how it works. Crowd out, pasture-raised eggs. And so you usually buy a dozen of regular grade A eggs. But if that's what you usually do, not judging you, just saying it's not the best option. Switch it out. Buy a half dozen of that and then another half dozen of the pasture-raised eggs or organic eggs. Make the switch by crowding it out, slowly adding in more of the good, removing the bad. So get wild caught, add in more water. You are dehydrated. I am dehydrated. Let's do this. Continue. Add in more herbal teas. So here's a great example that I actually had with a client. They didn't want to drink any more coffee. That was a bad habit. They were kind of really over. They just didn't want to depend on that caffeine. So what we did is we added water. So I just said, okay, when you wake up in the morning, drink, a liter of water. That's it. They added water. And then the next month, I told them, okay, I'm not saying don't drink your coffee. I never said that to them. I never said do not drink your coffee. I said first drink a cup of water. And then the next month, I said, okay, after you drink your cup of water, make yourself a tea that you like. Organic, preferably. Make yourself a tea that you like right after your water and drink that, a nice warm cup of tea. So they did. They even made it a little tea latte so that it was nice and reminded them of their coffee. And they themselves stopped drinking the coffee because they no longer depended on it. After drinking that water, filling their bellies up with something, allowing that circadian rhythm to get the adrenals to make that cortisol to rise up to their brain, to make them feel awake before drinking that coffee, allow their body to recalibrate and no longer need that caffeine to do it for them. So with time, they completely crowded out the coffee to the point where they no longer needed it. So that's basically what we do. We just crowd it out. Add more vegetables. Add more fruits. Add more of what nature provides. Again, simplify. Don't mix a bunch of fruits. Just add more of one thing, right? slowly. And then you can add that to your lifestyle as well. Add more time before you react to something. That way it gives you time to respond to it instead of just like, boom, I'm having a reaction. Add more time before you respond to someone. That way you're actually responding and not just reacting. Add more movement. If you're somebody who feels like they're not getting enough movement, if you're feeling a bit lazy, add more movement. You know, if you're gonna sit down because you're like, oh, I'm so lazy, I just want to sit down and do nothing. Right before you do that, do a couple squats. Do a couple squats. Just do some squats and then sit down. So now you're adding more movement. You're getting your body ready to move. And then if you're somebody who is up and doing all the time where you crash, which has been me lately, you need to add in, or I need to add in more rest. You need to give yourself permission. So if you're about to go, you know, you're doing a million things and you're about to add something else to your plate, stop. Take that time to just rest, to just shut your phone off and put it aside, or sit down and read a book. Just relax. Or add in more sleep time, you know, add in 1 extra hour of sleep. And then basically all it is right before doing a habit you want to eliminate, you add in a good habit. So like, you know, if you're somebody who smokes cigarettes, which hopefully you don't, not a lot of people do anymore, and you want to eliminate that habit, right before you light that cigarette, add in a good habit. So like drink some water or anything that you feel is a good habit for you. Add it in right before. I'm not saying don't smoke that cigarette. Like I said, I'm not saying don't drink your coffee, but with time, you will build that habit up to the point where you just no longer need the other one. And add more love, add more self-love. In the sense that be gentle with yourself. You know, if you have a setback, don't fight with yourself. Don't create that mental chatter of negativity. Just add more love. Be more loving to yourself. Be like, okay, today wasn't so great, but, you know, tomorrow I'm going to make a better choice. And that's it. So now I want to show you guys something that I use to help me make the better choice, right? This is about bridging that gap where we're not yet there. We're not yet making those great choices, and we're not yet having that nutritional value that we need to help us combat that toxicity. So basically, this is fruit and veggie capsules, right? I'm not trying to sell you guys on anything. I mean, I am selling these, but I'm not doing this webinar to sell you on anything. I'm just sharing a tool, another tool that I use. And this is called Juice Plus. And basically, it is very supportive of your healing journey. Okay, it's not a synthetic capsule. It's not a synthetic supplement, which is great because it helps you to crowd out those synthetic supplements. So by taking this, you can crowd out the synthetic supplements, which your body does not recognize because it's not real. This is just fruits and veggies encapsulated, right? This is like the magic pill. But basically what it is, it's bioavailable. So it's very nutritious. What it is that once you ingest it, 4 minutes within ingesting it, it is absorbed through your bloodstream, meaning you're getting that nutritional value no matter what. Okay? It's very simple. It does not complicate your life. It actually simplifies your life. So you're not, you know, going crazy trying to eat all the fruits and veggies you need, especially on days where that's just not available. You know, there are days where, you know, my kids and I just have pizza because we just had such a rush day where we couldn't provide that nutritious meal that we always make. So I know that this will bridge that gap for that day. And my kids are still getting their fruits and veggies. They're still getting the supply they need to nurture their body and to help in the detoxifying process and the healing, to build their immunity so that they don't become toxic to anything else. So basically, I'm going to show you a little bit more about Juice Plus. This is their from farm to capsule. Basically, they just pick it at its ripest. And then they go through the process of juicing and encapsulating. And yeah, everything inside that capsule is fruits or veggies, or berries. So there's a package of 3. As you see here, the trio package, the fruit, veg, and berry blend. They are amazing. I take them. My kids take them. I also take the omegas. They have an amazing omegas. That's a whole other video. My kids take the fruit and veggie gummies. And actually, if you are someone who has a child and you want to get one for a child, they have a program called Healthy Starts, and you basically get free 4 months supply with your order of Juice Plus of the fruit and veggie gummies, and you can use that program for 4 years. So it's pretty great. My kids are doing that right now. You get them shipped automatically every 4 months, yours as well as the kids, and all shipping's included in the price. There's 33 variety of fruits and vegetables in these 3 capsules. It's pretty freaking amazing. Are you eating 33 varieties every day of fruits and veggies? I doubt it. This is great because mixing those fruits and veggies in this format is not going to cause any sort of disruption in your gut, in your digestive tract. It is definitely not going to cause fermentation. There are prebiotics in there. It's actually going to build your microbiome and heal the microbiome, help heal the microbiome. I can't make any claims, but they also do have various studies, peer-reviewed, double-blind, all the things, gold standard, of their products. So this is why I am even sharing this product, is because I truly believe in it. I truly have seen results, not just with me and my kids, but also with clients. And I truly believe in the power of these tiny little nutraceuticals. They are amazing. With that being said, again, I'm not trying to sell you on this. If this resonates with you, if you feel like this is something that you would want to add into your life to crowd out the bad stuff, to give you that nurturing that you so much deserve, please let me know. I would love to get you started on some. And if not, that's cool. I hope that you at least received something from this webinar that has inspired you, that has, helped you make that change, or has even helped you shift your perspective and know that healing is very possible. So I just want to say thank you very much, truly. And if you want to link up, this is my website, my Instagram, my Facebook, my Juice Plus. All of it's going to be down below. So it's easy and clickable. And if you do want to grab my ebook, I have a little ebook. It's nothing crazy, but it's excellent because it shows you how to make those better nutritional choices. So it's basically just about nutrition. It's called Eat Real Food, and it's about helping you to make that swap in the grocery store. So it has all the labels, what they mean, like GMO, fair trade, all those things, so that you know what you're buying and you know if it's quality, if it means anything, or if it's just a bunch of propaganda. All right. Thank you guys again so much for being here. I truly appreciate it. And hopefully this was something that has added value to your life. I'm Tatiana again, and I hope to see you again.